to my life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's going to be an exciting evening. I am super excited for what I'm going to be sharing today because someone somehow is going to get a transformation that is amazing. I'm really super excited about what ACN Academy is doing in our community right here and now. I'm super excited about the beautiful optoms that are joining me from all over the world in our next cohort that starts in August. I am really excited about the journey that I'm seeing, even those ones in the academy. It's amazing to see the transformation. I am so glad and so blessed that I'm able to be so useful to the international community and even to the UK. I'm glad that I didn't just stop where I am right now and I'm doing all these things to train. And I'm not training, but what I'm doing, I'm collabing with international optoms all over the world that really want to come and contribute their own quota to the workforce in the United Kingdom. And today, I am talking about why some international optoms stay stuck. Yeah, some international optoms are literally they are staying stuck not just for a little while, but even for months. And I'm really super passionate about this message. Right. So I want to know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining my live. Where you what's your name, where you watching from, and if you are already qualified in your country, you already have that unsupervised practice of roundabout 6 to 9 months. I want to know in the comments below. Let me know. Right. If you're kind enough, I want you to go ahead and share the stream, and you want to continue liking it because I need Facebook, I need LinkedIn, I need YouTube to push this out to international optometrists. One thing I hear over and again, that's annoying, is, oh, I wish I met you sooner. Oh, my date is on the 13th. I wish I met you sooner. Oh, I've submitted my form. I wish I met you sooner. And that's why God bless my husband and my lovely kids. They're like, okay, yeah, you shout it. So I'm shouting it on the rooftops, and I really want to make sure that no international optometry stays stuck, but they can get what they need to get in order to move on with their desire to be a UK qualified optometrist. I'm just going to check uh, who's on right now. Okay. And remember, when you come on, just drop in the comments below. Let me know who you are and, where you're watching from. Da, da, da. Okay, let's make sure that we are live. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. Good, good, good. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is not what is supposed to be there. Why is it not? Right, just bear with me 1 second. I can see that LinkedIn. All right, let's edit. Can I edit? Okay, right. I'll be back. I'm gonna be back. I can see that LinkedIn has a wrong. All right, I apologize for those of you that are watching on LinkedIn because we are looking at something really key today, which is why most international churches stay stuck and how to qualify without being stuck. Okay, we're just going to spend like 25 minutes here, and I am ready to go. So if you're an international optometrist and you trade outside the UK, you want to pass the GOC interview and start pre-reg this year or early next year, this session is definitely for you. If your desire is to practice legally in the UK this season, okay, whether it be this year, 2025, early 2026, this session is definitely for you. You need to make sure that you stay until the end. They've got a special bonus offer for those of you that are ready to take the next step today. Today, right? Thank you so much for coming in, and let me know where you're watching from. And I'm just gonna go. I remember questions in the comments below. Go ahead and let me know where you're watching from, where you are at in the process, and we get started. Okay. So here is what I see over and again. Okay. Some international optometrists qualified in their country working in optical stores or in clinics, ophthalmic technicians, healthcare assistants. They are trained optometrists. But when it comes to qualifying the UK, they've looked into the process. I don't know, and if I'm speaking to you, I really want to know. And it's quite overwhelming. They visit the GOC website, and the everything about the application, GOC application, is confusing. The GOC interview is scary. They're hearing stories of closure, of adaptations, and how many years it's taking for people to finish up. And some people, you know, either they have to go back to uni and study optometry again and all that and all that. And they haven't started, but they start already to doubt themselves. Now, before you know it, 6 months, then a year, then 2 years. In fact, what am I talking about? I know someone that is really close to me, ain't gonna call names, really close to me, that is an optometrist, came into the UK, and at that time, the whole thing was like a monster, like such a monster that didn't even bother. So I hope that this session is going to help. And I want to say very early on in the day, right now, that if you have practiced, it doesn't matter when you qualified as an optometrist, but if you have practiced at least 12 months in the last 10 years, the GOC in the UK says, yes, you are qualified to start this process. We need you in our consulting rooms. And so they stay in jobs, they stay in limbo, and they say stuck. And each time maybe my post pops up, they're like, oh, that would be nice. Somebody shares on LinkedIn. I just want to what they call it now, celebration, milestone, educational milestone. I just want to share that I finished my pre-reg, I passed my OSCEs, and I'm starting as a full optometrist in, let's say, one of the multiples. And they're like, I really wish this was me. But this cycle is what I call the delay spiral. And it's so common among us international optometrists. Now, some even in their countries have all it takes, but not taking action, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're just allowing the fear of the stories of others. Why would you allow the fear of others? Why would you allow the failure of others, the complexity of a system to deter you from pursuing your dreams? I want to speak to those that are ready to take the next step in their dreams right now. Now, here's what you actually need. Here is what every international optom seeking qualification here in the UK actually needs. It's not all about intelligence. It's not all about qualification. Your years of experience really good, but what you need is a clear system. A clear system and qualified mentorship. You heard me right. And that is what the Academy brings to this community. That is why I created the GOC Interview Accelerator Program. It's a complete package that walks you through. Now, I'm going to take you through the journey. But before I take you through that journey, I'm going to share my screen. Because I remember when I did the masterclass, I didn't really share I didn't share my screen, so you don't even know, what is this academy about, this GOC Accelerator Program, what is it even all about? But one thing I know is that this is the program that every single international optometrist that desires to practice in the UK, definitely 100%, that's what you need. Because you and I know that it doesn't just end with the GOC interview. You and I know that when you pass the GOC interview, then you have to go through a series of job interviews. And then when you get the job, you're actually right there in your practice seeing patients. That is where the real deal comes in. And that is where this GOC accelerator program becomes the no-brainer for any international optometrist that wants to soar through, not say stuck. It's not about starting and getting stuck or getting anxious or getting worried at any, at any certain time, right? Okay, so in a nutshell, before I share my screen, it's the complete solution. We don't just walk you through, we hold your hand through. Now, I've been in programs where I've paid thousands of pounds. I've been in programs where I paid so much thousands of pounds. And the amount of hand holding that we provide in this particular program is not even cutting 10% of it. So when we say it's a complete system that guides you and literally holds your hand through the documentation application stage with clear clarity, and the preparation that we do with you, harnessing your own clinical experience with what is expected in the UK, it goes way beyond the GOC interview. Actually, our slogan, our promise to you as an international optometrist going through this system is you will be the next UK ready optometrist. You are walking up to your practice. You are making those phone calls. You're not having palpitations when you have job interview. You're not worried about going in to your store to start working as an optometrist under the pre-registration scheme. You're not fretting. Do you know why? Not only do you have, from inside out, the knowledge and the clinical knowledge of how things already work, but even the bank of tutorials, you have it there for reference. You have a community for accountability, and it's everything you need. Oh, yeah. Take it from me. This is the same thing that over 100 optometrists have used, many that had been stuck for years. So many people had done the pre-assessment and it had been in their inbox for ages. Some had started the process before and stopped because couldn't make headway, and they started in again, but they finally qualified with confidence, okay, and stepped into their calling and stepped into their dream of being a UK registered optometrist. So I'm just going to share with you a very quick testimonial or a quick story. But before I do that, I can already hear someone say, okay, so how do we get into this, and what are the details and all that? Very simple. All you need to do is to click the link below, and I'm just going to put that in there. Okay, so that has gone to YouTube. It hasn't gone to, I don't know on what platform are you watching. Let me know what platform you're watching. What I'm going to do is I am going to hop over to LinkedIn right now and Facebook, because it hasn't gone. It's gone. If you're watching on YouTube, it's on there. Let me know who's here. You never know. You could get an amazing discount. Now I want to know who's here. Let me just see. Where is it? LinkedIn. Okay, yeah. Cool. So I can put that in it. I'm just going to pop the link in LinkedIn. Let me know who's here. I'm pretty excited. I just can't wait for us to kick off on the... No. That's not what I wanted. Bear with me, guys. Who's here? Right. So, yeah, all you need to do is to click Should I open it? Let's see. Okay, let me see. Right. All you need to do is to click the link below when I put it in. Let me just put it in there for you. Just 1 second. Who's watching today? Have you already booked your call? Okay, right. There you go. And I'm just going to send it on LinkedIn right now. And this link gives you details of what happens. Like, no wasting time. It gives you details of what happens in the course, the transformation that you're going to get. And I, no jokes, I don't joke with my guarantees, but I do guarantee you that you will be getting, where's Facebook? 1 second. 1 second. Where is Facebook? Oh, aren't I live on Facebook? That's weird. Let's see. Okay. I am live. Good. Amazing. All right. Now I'm just going to share with you. I just want to make sure that I put this in the link. Put the link in there. And all you need to do is to click on the links in there. When it says join now, it's more or less booking a clarity call with me, because we give personalized guidance. We're not just throwing you in the deep blue sea to begin to float with everybody, because everyone has a different starting point. So when you come on the clarity call, I know exactly what you hope to achieve, where you are at, what your concerns are. And based on what we've heard, we're able to pair you with a mentor that will guide you, as well as you are part of the open group. We also do have premium session for some people who say, well, I just want to work with you and your team or one-to-one. That is also available there. You know, a lot of us are a little bit private. They don't want their, I don't want my face out there. Absolutely fine. There is that option as well. Right. So you've got that link and just click on it. Yeah. Okay. So one of our students, obviously she trained, I'm not going to say the name of the country, and was working in the UK as an optical consultant for over 2 years. Okay. She tried this process over and again, and that didn't work. And so she started considering maybe switching to something else. I think that was nursing or so. But when she found our program and she joined, not joking, within 10 weeks, she was raving. She was like, that is it. I've got it now. And she went on to do, the process, the interview, and passed. And she's doing really well. That is what we're talking about. And you would ask me, what changed? Well, she had the right strategy. She had the right guidance. She had the right people that are not just optometrists practicing in the UK, but people that have 10 years experience of helping international optoms to get this type of transformation that is needed to thrive in the UK system. Now, I'm not sure, somebody will begin to say, but what if, I'm not sure if, take it from me, you will never be ready for this. You will never be financially ready to invest in your learning. You're never going to be ready to say, okay, this is my time. Another thing I hear people say is, I'm just waiting to do the IELTS. And when I get the 7.5, then I know that I'm ready, or, I know that I have the capacity. Wrong. Nah, it doesn't work like that. Anything you don't take on head on, anything you don't take, I know that I'm going to do it. It may take time. I know that I'm going to do this. I'm not marking time waiting for me to have, no, I'm not, no. I'm diving into it. When you see what you need, you know who can give it to you, you go all in. Right. Now, another thing that I hear is, oh, I don't know if I can afford it. Oh my God, $2,000, really? Can I afford it? Is it? No. Okay, I'm going to talk to this. I need to talk to my dad. No. Just 3 months. actually the investment for the program, just like before you know it, your return on your investment. Do you know something? When you invest, when you work with us, the way the program is even priced in the academy right now, for those of you that are starting right here in August, for you to go in and pass the GOC interview, you have already made a return and interest on your investment. Oh, yes. Because when you sit the GOC interview and you have just one adaptation, that is already 2000 to 2005. You haven't thought about the time. If we think about the time that is put into going to classes, if you're in the UK, the transport to go for the classes, the time you have to take off work to attend the classes, you are already making so much return on your investment. My question to you is, what are you waiting for? Why do you want to gamble? It's not worth it. All right. Now, another question I get is, oh, my English is not too good. Is it going to really work for me? That is something that when we look at, let me just have a look. There is a particular pillar that we have in the program. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, there you go. Good. All right, let's take that down. So in this program, we have 4 pillars. Okay. Pillar 1 is mindset, confidence, and communication support. You heard that. I wish I could share this screen. Just bear with me. I'm going to share. I'm going to share right now. How can I share? Let me see, because I need you to see this. I need you to see this. Okay. Let's share. Good. So this is what you're going to get. Just let me know if you can see my screen share. Good. You can see it. Amazing. Right. Amazing. Good. Now let me find this screen. Oh, it's not this one. Where is it? Is it this one? Okay. Yeah. And my face is not showing. I need you to be seeing my face. Where is my face? Okay, and I really wanted this one to be the bigger one. Can it? Okay, that's better. That's better. Awesome. Awesome. Now, I'm just going to show you the 4 pillars because we're very mindful of the challenges that international optoms have. So this is the GOC Accelerator Program. It's your next UK Ready Optom 90-day intensive. And I'm going to share a real testimony from, I'm going to share one testimony from Telegram right now. I'm just going to read it out for you to hear it. So this is an all-in-one support system to help you qualify confidently. You need to click the link. When you click that link in the comments, you just, when it says join now, it means when you click, it's going to bring, it's not just something that is, I've got other programs on my website where you can click and join and pay. This one, I like to have a discussion with you because I want to know where you are. I want to have my strategy mapped out for your success. Okay. And that's why you come on a call. And even if I'm giving out a discount right now, okay, you will still have to come on the call before you sign up, because I have a chat with you. I know what I'm going to be is before me based on your dreams for UK optometry. I know the areas that you will share with me that you are a bit concerned about. I'm also listening to how you're communicating with me, and I know how we are going to work on that communication. So this program is definitely what you need to be where you need to be. Okay, now let's get started. Oh, I love that smiley face. There you go. ACN Academy. All right. So pillar 1, mindset, confidence, and communication. No one succeeds and thrives in any space successfully without the right mindset, without confidence. Now, confidence does not show forth when you are jittery about an area of the competencies. You can't be confident. But when you go into that place, you know the drilling you've been through, you know how you have modified your practice in your home country, And then you go in, that is when you are smiling into the interview. And it's almost like, you know what? I really wanted to practice in the UK. I've been able to know how it happens in the UK. I'm confident that I'm able to have a good discussion with my assessors. You go in. There is communication support. And there are various ways we do this. So obviously, um, when we get to the Viva stage of the interview preparation, where we'll be asking questions, you're answering, we're probing those questions. There's also a session where you will be given topics to come and present as an optometrist. Maybe you're presenting to your patient based on their outcome. Say it is an AMD or wet AMD or CRVO, or end stage glaucoma communication presentation, where you are supposed to put in the empathy, the clinical knowledge without using clinical jargon to communicate with your patient. But these are some of we call it patient practitioner play role. So these are the ways we support you in this pillar. Okay. Now, the next thing is we close the gap, the clinical knowledge gap. Take it from me. Whether you qualified in Ghana, in Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Pakistan, India, South Africa, Canaries. I can't remember there's some part of, I can't remember the different place. There's one thing I've noticed from 100% of candidates that I've met, there's always a knowledge gap. There's always a clinical knowledge gap. And that's one thing that is the bulk of what we do. Because when we say you will be the next UK Ready Optom, what we are saying is, even when you finish in our course, I hope you know that the Academy does have the pre-registration support program as well. But for every single one of my lovely optometrists that have gone through the Academy, when I say to them, are you joining the pre-registration support program? Do you know what they tell me? They say, Doc, I don't need it. Everything that I've got in this program, I am so confident and so ready for UK practice. I wouldn't need any other support. My head is full. I am so ready. Would I say that is bad business for me? No, because I know then that we are giving, I and my team of mentors, we are giving what? The transformation that we promise. So we do bridge that knowledge gap, okay? So in the program, we have 7 modules that cover all the competencies. Now, once you sign up, you have your learning portal. And in your learning portal, the tutorials are already pre-recorded waiting. So you will go through those recorded tutorials before we then support you again by live tutorials. What is the idea? Repetition. So you have the baseline from your recorded portal. You then come into class. Our classes hold via Zoom, and then we go over it again in a live session where we're doing assessments, you're asking questions, and we're teaching principles. We ask you about the way it's done in your country, and then we tell you the way it's done here. We look at the differences. That's how we begin to close in that clinical knowledge gap. I tell you, it's amazing. Tutorials on site testing, which covers everything to do with different age brackets of patients that come in, to the clinical cases that you see, the emergency, the referral systems, how to see pediatric optometry is covered in that particular module as well. Ophthalmic dispensing, binocular vision, low vision, contact lenses, ocular disease, and visual field. And just so you know, now I ain't teaching you everything. No. We have specialists in these particular areas. We have a low vision specialist, one that specializes in contact lenses, the other one that is area of specialty is binocular vision and ocular diseases. We just it's not like jamboree. No, no, no. I wish I knew all of it, but I don't know. But I've partnered with these ones that are we are able to get the transformation. Now all sessions are recorded and it's right there on your personal learning portal. Somebody will say, well, what if I can't make the live? You got the live sessions are going to be there, on there. And then I'm coming, I'll let you know there's more is still coming. So it's really flexible for busy professionals because you can revisit the tutorials at any time. And one thing I do say to everyone, even on the call, and I'm saying to you right now, if you want to go through this program and you want to get outcomes, not just in the interview, but even when you go into the practice, you want to make time. Anyone that loves someone, you're going to make time. If you really, really want to get that transformation, want to get return on your own investment, you would need to make time. However, we do know that sometimes because of maybe time zone and something like that, you may not be able to catch in the lives. And so you get the replays. That's one. Number two, there's always a catch up session, always a catch up session where you can catch, you can ask questions. You also, so that's that. Now, pillar three is practice, refine, and repeat. Practice, refine, and repeat. Somebody has any questions, go ahead and ask. So that is the next thing that we do. Practice, refine, and repeat. Okay? Practice, refine, and repeat. Now, in here, I put 12 plus, but ask anyone that has gone through the accelerator program in the academy, it is way more than that. Literally, we practice, refine, repeat, and we are repeating these things so that you don't only go into your interview and you're really crushing it, but even you are just moving with speed through your pre-registration year. So there's full mocks, there's feedback. Any person, actually, I'm just going to pause here and I'm going to read a testimonial of one. I can just read one because we're on the live, and I actually have to be in session today in the academy anyway. So I'm not going to spend so much time. But we did have one lovely gentleman come in, and I just want to read to you what he had to say about the interview. If I can find it, just bear with me. Where is it? All right, this is it. It says the mock interview sessions provided insightful feedback on my answers and pointed out some notable errors, especially in my application form. This is a gentleman that had come into the academy after filling his application form. Because if you've already filled your application form, what we do is we look at that form and we audit your form so that you have you are already ready for, you know, some people fill their form, they just fill it anyhow. They're not, you don't know that this is your first assessment and it needs to be taken seriously. Do you get what I mean? So we really go through that form. So he said notable errors, especially in my application form. Both interviewers were knowledgeable and created a comfortable atmosphere. That's what I love. That's what I love. It's the atmosphere, the comfortable atmosphere. You don't feel like you don't know anything. You don't feel like you're not saying something. You don't feel like that. No, because I was definitely where most of you are right now, 14 years ago. And no, not 14. Sorry, that was 2014. And actually, what am I saying? That was even 2012. And I had to go through the process. I remember my first tutorial. I looked like, my goodness me. Actually, the lecturer said to us at the time, unfortunately, you've already registered for the exam. What he was indirectly trying to say is that all of you are a bunch of buffoons. Don't have anything up here. You're all going to fail. But by God's grace, that wasn't the case because we kept going. We kept moving. All right. So he said, which allowed me to express my thoughts clearly. It was very relaxed, no non-judgmental space for learning. Overall, the session was a fantastic opportunity to enhance on my knowledge and bolster this guy knows how to speak English and bolster my confidence and areas to improve, such as doing more study and looking at the cameras at all times during the interview session. Okay, I do highly recommend for anyone, it was an invaluable experience for me. I could go ahead and read another one, but I ain't going to do that. Let's continue. All right. So these are structured answer frameworks, case scenario vetting, really important. Because one major thing that happens when you're discussing both in the GOC interview and even maybe just interactions with your with your supervisor when you come in is the way you present the cases. So tell me about a patient you have seen with you know, concomitant deviation. Tell me a case of a child you have seen under 6 months old or under 1 year old. These are the type of questions we're going to be asking you in the academy, and you will be expressing yourself, telling us about your patient experience, and then we begin to vet and modify and work with you so that you have a clear understanding. And there's one simple way we do this. We just like you to tell us the case. Don't tell us the diagnosis. Just talk to me about that case. And at the end of it, if I'm thinking cataract and you tell me that that is a retinal detachment, we're just on two parallels, okay? Or at the end of the case, I'm thinking, okay, this is definitely a cranial nerve 3 with pupil sparing, and then you're telling me it's a cranial nerve 4. We begin to. That's why this particular part of it is refine, practice, and repeat. And now, at some point, because of the one thing I'd like to mention here is that the fee we take for now, especially for those that are starting in August, it will be the last time that we will run this module. Usually we have one fee, and that one fee takes you from when you start in the academy to when if you're going for the accelerator program, from when you start in the academy till when you actually get your pre-registration job. Okay, you're settled there, then we hands off. It's one fee. But this is the last time we'll be doing that. Now that's where the peer-to-peer mock access comes in, and obviously all the questions and all. There's live Q&A. There's so many touch points. One academic researcher said, for you to have a good student as a mentor and they come out with good outcomes, they need 4 touch points. We have multiple touch points. I mean, the portal with the recorded tutorials is a touch point. When we work with you in your application form, that's a touch point. The live tutorials is a touch point. When it comes to the mock interviews, that's another touch point. Your accountability sessions and the mindset sessions that you have with me, that's a touch point. Your career coach that walks through, your CV and guides you on where you should start putting out your applications, so that this is something new that we are introducing in this particular, and we're really bending down on it in this particular cohort. That there are multiple touch points. And then pair to pair, that's another touch point. Your presentations, another touch point. There's so many. Literally, we work in multiples of 4, not just 4. Okay. So this is building answering skills until it becomes second nature. Like, oh my goodness me, when I'm reading this thing, I'm just so excited, and I'm so glad that it's not just stories that I'm telling you. These are things that literally happen in the academy. I remember one of the candidates that went in for an interview, finished the interview and didn't even want to talk to me. She was just like, no, I don't feel like talking. I want to thank the academy for everything, but I don't feel like talking. And then when I went to class and they said, so how did it go for this particular person? And I said to them, well, she said, and I said to them exactly what she said to me. Do you know what they said to me? I cannot be. This lady that anything you ask her, her mouth is just flowing with answers. It was later when I had a chat with her, what she said to me was that there were some particular things that they asked her, and she did not really, it's not something that she really looked into. But the answer she told me she gave when we spoke, absolutely correct. They didn't wait 24 hours. Uh-huh. The very next day, her result came out, clean sheet, proceed to pre-reg, no trailing competencies. That's what we're talking about. And that was what the others in the academy that have been in the sessions with her said. She's like ACL Academy personified. Anything you ask her, she's giving you answers, and she's just clinically talking about her patients. She's still, in an African country. She joined, from over there, just not even in the UK. No, no, no. She just sent a text. I saw her on the next step platform, because when you pass your GOC interview, we move you to the next step platform, and she was just sharing there that she just passed the clinical assessment with Specsavers, and she's got an interview booked already. That is what we're talking about. Okay. And then the final thing, obviously, is going to be, the final pillar is your documentation, right from the application to pre-registration confidence. Okay, I can go on and on and on, and then I love that bonus stack. There's a lot of bonus things there which I've already talked about. So they're amazing. Did I forget one big bonus in this particular program is a free ticket to an in-person hands-on practical session. And hold it there. I've heard some optometrists say, oh, you don't need this thing. Oh, you don't need this thing. Oh, you need it. Because the program is made to make sure that you are ready for the consulting room. Do you need a practical session before you take an interview? Maybe not, especially if you are outside the country, you're in your practicing. Not going to need it. Would you benefit from a hands-on practical session if you haven't been practicing for a while? Maybe you're in the United Kingdom. Yes, of course. I remember one of the candidates, when they got into the consulting room, they said, "Ooh, this really, I can feel it now. It's tangible. I can feel it." Yeah, just sitting down on that place, just in that consulting room. Yeah, I've got the vision that I can feel it. This is good. This feels good. Yeah, you do. And obviously, that's a free ticket. That session is worth £350. And for those of you that are in diaspora, what we do is, once you pass, you get your jobs and all that from your country, you do have an option to still take up that bonus. And what happens is, when you come into the country, then you of course, we're going to be speaking anyway. What happens is, when you come in, we know the dates, the next time that the practical is happening, and then we invite you. And sometimes we have to move things around to accommodate those that are coming in, because the session, usually according to the contract, has to be taken before you start the pre-registration year. Amazing. Now, I like to take questions. Usually, once you join, you get a welcome email. We have our cohort that is starting on the 3rd. And then if you go through, it just tells you everything that is going on there. You've heard my voice so long, and obviously this program is very right for you if you want to get started with the GOC thingy. What do I need to do to join? All you need to do is you can click the link in the comments below and book a call, or you can say join in the comments below. I want to be on, or you could say actually August 3rd in the comments below, and then I will reach out to you and we will get you started. I'm here now. I like to take questions. Oh no, where's my face? Where is my face? Where is it? This is what I want to maximize. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm pretty excited about this program and the transformation that it brings. I was going to say that I was going to read just one last discussion that I had with one of our candidates that had her interview, and this was what she had to say. She said, now I joined the academy April 2024. Yeah. And there was some delay in getting some documents. So I had my interview July 8th, 2025. And that's what I'm saying. We work with you, we stay true to you. We this is more or less like, oh, I haven't taken my IEL test, should I get started? Oh, I haven't even done my transcript, should I get started? The answer is yes. She said, I was terrified of failing. I feared that I might have to go on the undertake adaptation, or worse so, be rejected outright. This is her saying it. The academy academy truly turned things around for me. The tutorials, mock interviews, the WhatsApp support helped me gain clarity and confidence. I learned how to properly approach and answer questions, and I realized that dedicated study and the right techniques could help me tackle even the trickiest scenarios. I'm happy to say that I've passed my interview and I feel fully prepared and confident to begin practicing in the UK as an optometrist. Every part of the academy was essential. It's a well-grounded, comprehensive program that I highly recommend to anyone pursuing UK qualification. You know what? I'm not tech savvy, and I wouldn't know how to hide the names unless I would have just shared this discussion thread. Then I go and I say, thank you. I'm so glad we delivered on our transformation statement. The next UK ready Optom. Thank you for sharing. And she says, yes, so thank you so much, ma. There you go. So the ball is in your court right now. And you just want to go ahead and click the link, book your call, and get started. Do I have any questions from anyone today? Let me see. Any questions coming? All right, so the next cohort begins on Tuesday, the 5th of August. We have, because of the amount of work that we do with our clients, for this cohort, we have limited spaces. It's a group, but there's a lot of one-to-one effort in making sure that every single individual gets the transformation that they need. And one thing I know, the first transformation we need to deliver on is proceed to pre-reg, and then we continue to support them until you get a placement and all discussion of visas, contracts. We walk with you through all that. So if you wait until you feel ready, or you have time, or the finances, you may still be where you are 6 months time. And some of us have already submitted the application. You don't even have time on your hands. You want to get started right now. So I would advise that you act now. If you act now, you could be preparing for your GOC interview. I don't even want to say GOC interview. You could be preparing for your UK qualification dream right now. You could be practicing in the UK early next year. Yep. So now, everyone who books a clarity call or joins the program right now has a 60 minutes one-on-one with me. I will be going through details with you. I'm pretty excited. I could laugh about it. I will be, gonna be with me 1-to-1, 60 minutes, going through every facet of that application form, going through every facet. In fact, one that joined us, we were on the call and we went through the pre-assessment. We are, going through things step by step. There's no need for her to think about anything because we have got you covered. Right. So I will look at your exact case and help you frame your clinical experience and set you up for success. So if you're ready to take the next step, I want you to DM me the word ready. DM me the word ready, or you put ready in the the link, the comments below, and I'll send you out that link. If you haven't got the link, right now, go ahead. If you Yeah, good. All right. So what would I say? Right now you're listening to me. Hopefully it's not too late for you. You're not behind, you're not a failure. No adaptations. You can definitely do it. All you need is someone to hold your hand and guide you through the process, and that is what this accelerator program is all about. I believe in your dream to practice as a UK optometrist, and I've built this program for people exactly like you. So go ahead and comment ready, and let's get from stuck to UK qualified. Right. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. I can see one person still hanging on there. Thank you. And those of you that are watching the replay, go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Doesn't matter when you're watching the replay, reach out to me, see where they are at, and then get started. But if you're listening anytime, late July, early August, get in touch. Doesn't matter when you're listening, get in touch. Something would definitely be happening for you. We're always here, ready to help you qualify with confidence. It's been an amazing time in this place, speaking to you, wonderful Optoms. I cannot wait to welcome you into the academy in the next UK Ready mentoring program. I can't wait to hear your success stories. I can't wait to see you thriving and smiling in the UK. One slogan one of our mentors has, she says, "It shall end in praise." One of the candidates says, "It was definitely well, I didn't even think about the investment. It was well worth it." The return on the investment is amazing. I'm thrilled. I'm grateful to God for giving us grace to come up with this amazing program. The team, the VA, everyone working behind the scenes to make sure that your UK qualification dream comes to reality. I expect to see you on the other side. Get that, get those calls booking. For those of you that have already had calls, go ahead, pull the trigger, sign up, and let's get you qualified. All right. All the best now. You take care. Catch me tomorrow afternoon, hopefully, on TikTok. And remember, you want to join me on TikTok. I love TikTok. I love the life. If I was on TikTok now, my teeth would be just pure whites. That's why I love it. All right. Thank you so much. Who's here? Anybody? Any questions coming through? Any questions? Okay. No, because you know what you're doing. Yeah, you're clicking on that link and you're signing up. All right. I'll see you on the other side. Anybody that has any questions, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, doors are open for our next UK Ready program. It is your guaranteed pathway to success and a successful, triful, fruitful practice here in the UK. I can't wait to welcome you on board. I say a very big God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.